Hey everyone, my name is Dewa Gede Putra Mahendra. I am from class A, Food, Science and Technology. Here I am going to expose a little of my first mother to that. A reference letter. A reference letter is a letter stating matter of facts relating to an agency, company, or business entity. Function of reference letter. Number 1, as a material. Number 2, to inscribe a trust from the company that will provide credit to profess borrowers. Number 3, to be able to find out the financial condition of the professed debtor. Number 4, there are several things that need to be considered in the preparation of reference letter. Okay, fill in the reference letter. But in outline, this reference letter contains the following: A. Information relating to a person's personal behaviors as far as it is known or in relation to the information provider. B. Information about the assessment that have been achieved. C. Honesty or summons destined in keep a promise to creation and paying debts. D. The financial condition of the professed customer. Kinds of reference letter. Herdad's explanation. A. A trade reference letter. B. Bank reference letter. C. A position reference letter. Beside the reference letter, there is also a recommendation letter. The reference letter. Reference letters are confidential, contain good and bad information, while recommendation letters are not confidential and emphasize someone's praise and kindness. A recommendation. A recommendation letter is made at the request of the person or party described in the letter and can be read and owned by the person described in the recommendation letter. The following is an example of the context of a reference letter. B. Waiver of confidentiality. Waiver of medical confidentiality from signed by a patient of a particular purpose must detail the information for which the patient is agreeing to waive medical confidentiality for and to whom the information may be disclosed. Waiver of confidentiality. Age of the transferor and its designated seller hereby consents to the disclosure of any non-public information with respect to it received by the company, the agent, any bank, investor, or the administrative agent to any of the company, the agent, any nationally recognized rating. The administrative agent, the collateral agent, any bank, investor, or potential bank investor, the liquids profile of the credit support provider in relation to this agreement. Waiver of confidentiality. A. To the agent of the lenders by the others and by the agent or the lenders to any purpose or actual assignee or participant of any of them. In addition, the agent and the lenders may disclose any such non-public information pursuant to any law, rule, regulation, direction, request, or other of any judicial, administrative, or regulatory authority or proceedings, whether of not having the force and effect of law. Sample letter, waiver of confidentiality.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Adi Prasetyo. Di sini saya akan membacakan materi saya yang berjudul Request for Meeting and Job Hunter Seeking and Interview. Baiklah, langsung saja ke materi yang pertama. Request for Meeting. Asking for a meeting or an interview is an essential job skill. Below essential tips that will help you as you write the letter. Baiklah, di sini materi berikutnya yang berjudul Job Hunter Seeking and Interview. This letter asks a request as a hope to get into the company. At the same time, the writer is clear in stating her clean qualification and desire to be considered in the future for a position.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, thank you very much for the time which is given to me. Before I bring about my material today, I wanna introduce myself. My name is Dwi Rahma Fadila, and with name Q1A12007, and I'm from Group 5 of Class A, Food Science and Technology. Okay, today I want to bring about my material. I want to explain you about interview confirmation letters, thanks for interview letters, and cover letter for resume. The first material I want to explain you about the interview confirmation letters. Keeping your name in front of potential employer is an effective way of persuading someone to hire you. Confirming an interview achieves that purpose while reducing confusion regarding appointment details. And here are some basic guidelines on writing your confirmation letters. First step is write professionally. Don't include funky fonts, gifs, emoticons, or text-speak in your email. Make sure your voice is in line with the company culture. Maybe some consider exclamation marks unprofessional while others see them as a friendly modifier. So only use them if they have been used in communication with you before. And the second, use a brief informative subject line. Use the subject line of your email to remind your potential employer of your name and the position you are applying for. Something like, Kathleen Morris, software developer interview confirmation. And the third step is state what you are emailing about. Make sure to state at the very beginning that you are ready to confirm your interview. And the fourth step is show gratitude. Be sure to include a thank you at some point in your email to show that you are polite and courteous traits and that people are eager to work with. And fifth steps is confirm details. Make sure you know exactly when and where you should be for your interview. If those details have not been decided on or aren't clear, now's the time to get everything sorted out. And the sixth step is include contact info. Along with your signature, include your phone number so you can be easily reached with any response or concerns before the interview. They already have your email address, but feel free to include any other contact information you see appropriate. And the seventh step is proofread. Make sure there aren't any spelling or grammar errors. If you are using a template you wrote, be sure you included the correct names and details. And the next step is X what you will need to bring. This is just optional. You can use this and you cannot use this. If you would really like to be prepared for your interview, preemptively ask if there are any materials you may need to bring. And the final step is reinstate interest. This is just optional too. You can use this and you cannot use this. If you'd like, you can reinstate your interest by briefly reminding them why you are a great candidate for the position. The second material I want to bring and I want to explain you about the thanks interview letters. Like most business correspondence, a professional thank you letter follows a pattern. Learn more about what to include in your letter and how to structure it to achieve the best result. Then use your letter to reiterate information about your strong candidate for the position, as well as to express your thanks for the interviewer's time and consideration. And below the structures of the thanks interview letters. First, you have to include about your contact information. In your contact information, you have to add your name, your address city, state zip code, your email address, and your number phone. And the second, you have to include that when you are made this letter. And the third, you have to add contact information of the person you are writing to. In here, you have to include name, title, company, address, and city zip code. And the fourth you have to include is greeting. It's best to use formal greeting like Dear Mr. or Miss and the last name. And the fifth you have to include body. In the first paragraph of your letter, you should thank the hiring manager for taking the time to interview you. You should also mention the others by name and express your thanks to them as well. You will likely be sending them each a personalized note, but it's good practice to acknowledge everyone. And the second paragraph of your thank you letter will include the reason why you are a strong candidate for the position. In here, you have to list specific skills that relate to the job you interviewed for and provide concrete and qualifiable examples for illustration. And add the third paragraph if you need it. Will include information about your qualification that you wish you had mentioned during the interview, but didn't get a chance to discuss. Maybe you wanted to provide some percentage or numbers to clarify your contribution and needed to verify them. So, including them here is your opportunity to increase your chance of moving to the next phase of the hearing process. And the six steps is, or the six you have to include or add in your body letter is closing. In here, you have to use a formal closing such as best regards, science sincerely or sincerely yours. And finally, you have to add in your things interview letter is signature. This is the last about my material I want to explain you. I want to explain you about cover letters for resume. When facing a copy of your resume to a potential employer, also mail or hand deliver a quality copy for the employer's files. When you are applying for a job, how you format your cover letter is important because the letter is one of the first impressions you'll make on an employer. Kind of cover letter for resume is cover letter format guidelines. Formatting includes factors such. The first kind of cover letter for resume is cover letter format guidelines. Formatting includes factors such. For example, a letter without the correct spacing between paragraphs or with too much text on a page is going to look cluttered, or a letter saved as a file type that is not meant for a text document. Maybe that is such as a JPG or a PNG. May prevent the reader from opening and viewing it. On the other hand, a cover letter that is saved correctly and used to be signed with space, a simple, reasonably sized font, and appropriate salutation and closing will make a positive impression on your potential employers. And the other kind of cover letter for resume is the easiest way to format a cover letter. The easiest way to format a letter is to read the letter first and then you format it. In here, you do like once you have all the content like contact information, why you're applying, and qualified signature and other. On the page, you can only easily adjust the margins, font, and enlargement. And here is an overview of each section. Okay, I think that's all about my material. Thank you very much for attention. And for the finally I said, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and goodbye.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hasmawati M. I am from class A and I am from the Food Science and Technology study program. I will tell about requesting appointment and unsolicited application. First, requesting appointment. The type of situation that requests an appointment. Request letter can be one desire to speak with their political representative. A second type may be the need to speak with someone, doctor or attorney. Another situation will be someone need an appointment with a bossy boss or supervisor. Ask for the format of requested appointment. 1. Reason for the meeting. Whether you already know a client or it's your first email to him or her, you should include a reason after the salutation. 2. Place. Even if you are sure that the client knows the address of your office and you are going to hold this meeting in the same place, make sure you state where the meeting will be held. 3. Suggested and date and time. Indicate the date and time of the appointment. 4. Length of the meeting. Tell a recipient how long the meeting will take. This demonstrates that you are sensitive to his or her time and want to make it easy for him or her to plan the day. 5. How your client will benefit from the appointment. When writing an appointment request letter to a client, help him or her understand the benefits. 6. Request a follow-up after the meeting. To continue to build trust and move your relationship with clients along, you need to keep in touch with them. 2. Unsolicited application. A job seek may desire development with a particular company that has not posted open job requisitions. In this case, an unsolicited application letter is used as an inquiry about possible opening and to gain a hiring manager attention. That's the presentation I can give. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Aziza Syafrin, NIM K1A12019, majoring in Food Science and Technology from Halu Oleo University. I'm from Class A, Group 5. Well, I will explain about the job application letter, job hunter looking for job with contact, and solicited application. A job application letter. A job application letter is a letter from someone who needs a job to a person or official who can provide a job or position. A job application letter can also be interpreted as a letter from a prospective employee to a prospective employer that contains a request for the employee to be given a job by the prospective employer. Job application letter function. First, as written or official seeking of submitting a job application. 2. As communication tool. 3. As a material for consideration. How to make job application letter. 1. Use good and correct language. 2. Write short, concise, and clear sentence. 3. Write manual by hand. 4. Pay attention to the clean lines of a job application letter. 5. Fill in clearly your personal data and information that contains information about yourself and attach supporting documents such as curriculum vitae, photocopy or identity, and other required documents. Things to look for job application letter. First, cover letter is handwriting on paper with a folio-size line. The writing must be clear, clean, and without a single scratch. Cover letters can be made using a typewriter or computer. Second, applicants must mention themselves not with or pronouns but with me. Applicants must also mention the head of the agency with Mr. or Mrs. This is example for job application letter. Part 2. Job hunter seeking job with contact. This letter asks for a job interview and mention and contact. This is example for job hunter seeking job with contact. Solicited application. Solicited letter, which is a letter written by an applicant for obtaining information from any advertisement. This is example for solicited application. Thank you for your attention. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello, my name is Ellen Kristiani, name K1A1200037, featuring in Food Science and Technology from Halu Oleo University. I'm from class A, group 5. Well, I will explain about job applicants and job registrations. Job applicants. Put this in writing, confirm the specification as you understand him. What to include in a job offer applicant's letter. Your letter can be concise, but should include the following. Thanks and appreciations for the opportunity. Writing applicants of the job offer. The terms and conditions of employment. Starting date of employment. Example from letter. Job registrations. This situation is difficult. If you know the job is a mismatch for your skills, be honest and that to remedy the situation. Your integrity and servability will expand with this letter. Registration letter. A job registration letter informs employees that they have not been called for a job. Registration letter give them this information formally and respectfully so that they can continue their job. Third, they are also known as employment registration letter, candidate registration letter, make a good impression on the candidate. Your deadline be sending them a registration letter promptly. We got templates below that will make it result and easy. Example from later. Okay, thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Tatrianti. I'm from class A and I'm from the Food Science and Technology study program. I will tell about negative resignation letter and response to job offer letter. First, negative resignation letter. Definition of resignation letter. Letter of resignation or resign letter is a type of letter made to state that he will stop working from the place where they work, whether working in a private company or working in a company. How to make a resignation letter? The following is how to make resignation letter, including 1. Reasons for resigning if an employee wants to resign from a company. 2. Writing a resignation letter. 3. Submission of the letter no later than 23 days in advance. 4. Give a good impression if you want to resign. Next, the form or format of writing the resignation letter. The following is the format for writing a resignation letter, including 1. City name and date. 2. Name and address. 3. Greeting. 4. Reasons for resignation. 5. Writing a resignation date. 6. Acknowledgement of love. 7. Apology. 8. Closing. And 9. Name and signature. Second, Respond to job offer letter. Definition of a job offer letter. A job offer letter is an official letter issued by an institution or agency in order to provide detailed information on what is being offered to other agencies. How to make a job offer letter? 1. Contact the candidate with telephone first. 2. Save the job offer letter template. 3. Give congratulations. 4. Including job details. 5. Personal approachment. 6. Provide the employers or your work partner. 7. Convince the candidate that your company is the right choice. 8. Double check before submit. Next, the characteristic of a job offer letter. 1. Candidate name. 2. Letter opener. 3. Position or type of work and work location. 4. That started work. 5. Job description. 6. Time or working day. 7. Trial period. 8. Remuneration. 9. Paid leave. 10. Deadline. 11. Closing. Thank you.
Chewing gum, chewing gum.